It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't easy now.
Damn. And here I was, hoping my upstairs visitor was just playing tricks on...
Yeah, no thanks. One sparkly green hate necklace is enough. Hey, a sheep!
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully.
Fresh meat.
The depth of unamused ennui,
Are you referring?
with two shakes of her stump.
Get your dirty little... You there. Come here. Hey. Hey. Get me a gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone scream, set me free, and I'll set you free.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a snip.
Wait, you're no magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face. And it's about to... Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs. If it's all the same, I think it's best... Come on. And keep your hands where I can see them. Hurry it up, sorcerer. We haven't got all day.
No. No. So, a dead magister?
So
Somebody
much for
will
a
have to take the
peaceful
blame
stroll.
for this. And it won't be me.
I'm ready. Ready.
No key? No problem.
Rubbish.
Why, there you are. Not too tight, I hope. In the meantime, your next stop will be You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Don't you dare!
Index fingers pressed.
My word. You do see... Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon... A new life awaits. And if you're a... Is he? Oh, well. Some problems simply sort... Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why...
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul.
My, look at the constant... There you have it. See? The collar's for your own peace of mind, of course.
She frowns and...
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
A young magister stands pale and...
Dallas is such a dear...
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with...
I was on duty and you're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the I thought as... Listen, bring me a good lead and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks.
The pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you.
Oh, the hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
That right.
An elf sits tucked to...
Snake Eye.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry.
She looks you up.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you.
Not the future. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue.
You were... Huh. My, aren't you a pretty cup full of sugar? Of course it is. The truth's... But don't you worry, darling. I don't lick.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms full.
Watch your back, new thing.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, he leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp...
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back...
We used to know each other.
Standing Ifan grins.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. No. The dead man, Finn.
He glances over...
Damn shame, sheer annoyance. The Joy. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Easy now.
What are you
Oh, don't mind him.
Name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously.
Away with you.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keep...
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
A broad dwarf sits He raises an eyebrow.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
He turns his head.
You look like a... Listen, if you're the ship, of course.
There has been a murder.
A wave of sound.
And?
Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Sick as a leper's cat. But there's more. There now. Just squeeze. Ah,
His eyes snap up.
there. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. No, you beautiful idiot. Burn my beard. That means... Yeah, no it.
The dwarf leans...
That'll be all. Thank you kindly. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd. Your kind always hung closest to
Well, what have we?
The lizard looks... All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin. With...
Now then, to business. On to the second question. Oh, but to feel on then to my final query. Dear Lord. So, 3 questions. As per your own testimony, you can cook and still. Beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my... You should probably come to terms with the fact that... Anyway, you may leave me for a moment.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I spent my life singing. Meanwhile, the Magister...
When I want you to attend me, I'll whistle.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley. He reaches out and... He sits back and returns to his...
I have already examined it and found it... Oh,
You have my... Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. Perhaps. Take this book, for example. It is simultaneously... Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Most unusual. No, this text. Where did these gods come from? Now, please, run along.
No amount of...
Right. I always knew you'd turn up.
Do you mind? I'm really Do you mind? I'm really rather busy.
Around the campfire.
Well, you've
I'm
got
busy
this
watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub stuff.
You, Jill, is that right?
Ifan raises his eyebrows, but shakes his head at your attempts to communicate.
You are Jill, aren't you?
When I want you to attend me, I'll whistle. Until then...
I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? Insufferable, surely.
Here's the register, ma'am. You faring okay so far? Glad to hear. You head on in.
Keep those bolts trained on her. And if she tries...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot...
So you admit it then?
Yes, I did.
She turns her...
There are others who's...
Good. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac.
It means your journey.
She reaches for her collar.
I'm just about to create...
Subdue men, quickly!
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precise.
What's happened?
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. You hear a faint...
Oh! What happened? Must have been the turnips. You.
The lizard's eyes close. Ifan lies motionless. His eyes flicker open.
Lucian. Lucian.
Ifan cries out.
Not the final dark. Not yet.
It's no use.
The dice roll darkly.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. The Magister lies on the floor.
Oh, the hatch is blocked. Oh, the hatch is blocked. I'll need to find
You shake the lizard by the shoulders, but...
Not long before this thing snaps into... What fresh hell is this? Something's pounding on the hub.
The marking on the door was painted recently. You press your palm again, it doesn't budge.
More. Get off
The dwarf yanks at one of the...
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
There's a ladder.
You're gonna be the death of a...
Ladder. There's a... Wait! Void woken.
Bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
They who are about What a triumph! Salute you.
Let the games begin.
I've faced worse.
To move.
They smell even worse dead than alive. Let's head above decks for some air.
Away. The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
Let's not tarry. This old tub.
I hear something.
She tries to speak, but with jagged movements, blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister C1's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Bloody bubbles froth from her mouth. She's no more than a groan. She's no more than a groan.
We need to wait.
There's no time.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Well, the Order's right about one thing. First comes Source, then comes Voidwoken. Am I the lone survivor? Well, thanks, disembodied voice. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, brought to shore. bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. That's Magister Jalen. He wasn't so bad on the ship, at least. Poor fella.
Look here, Quercus. And not what's that? But that is no what? Oh, we need only follow in its big. Egad! What do you mean a oh? No. Now.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a...
And a dutiful servant you are too. You have...
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of...
My gratitude is worth a great... As for the slave thing, let's forget about it. Now then, if there's nothing further, I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending.
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? A consciousness.
He looks out of...
As for myself, I see continents dotted with... What do you mean? What do I mean?
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Well, more's the for I am the Red Prince. Of course you...
There's a brief moment...
That said, the grandeur that is my fate has... hit this and that. On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. Fine. On one... For reasons I'll not I've reason to believe one of them may be jolly good. So now that... Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts. Very well. Onwards then to...
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of... As your luck would have it, of course there are other forms of protocol to bear. Deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation, but go ahead. As am I. A prince, that said, I've the there was something in the water. A void, truly. How still.
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person? I'm rather relieved to hear it. Religious persons tend to be all too As for myself, after all, when one is revered by many as a living, there was a small... such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as might notice that, did you? For future reference, if I don't answer a question, it's because I don't want to. I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relation. There isn't much to see. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be, and justified it is too. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I intend to rule an empire one day, not to that end, I suggest we... Of course, I'd much appreciate it.
Our shield speaks, Quirk.